In this video, we're going to talk about how to use components in Figma. Now, components are a very powerful tool which are going to enable you to create design systems and designs files at scale. So without further ado, let's get started. We're going to create a button as the very first element in order to show you how the components section work. So I'm going to create this purple button right here, and I'm going to add some text, and we're going to make this bigger using the scale tool, and then we're going to make this white, and let's just round up the typography number right here, and also make this semi-bold. Now for this example you can use pretty much any typeface that you want, and we're actually going to go ahead and select both of these layers in order to create our very first component, which we can easily do by simply clicking on create component on the very top section, or alternatively you can right click and you're going to find under the drop down menu this create component section. Either one of these are going to work just fine. And as you can see, we can now see the component under the assets panel, and we're going to find the component right here. On top of that, if you check in the layers menu, you can see that we have these four small rectangles tilted, which signifies that this is a master component. And all of the copies that we're going to create of this master component are going to be the instances, which are essentially the child components of the parent, which is this one right here. So I'm going to show you exactly what I refer to by using Command C and Command V in order to copy this component. And as you can see right off the bat, these look similar, but the duplicate component which I just did has this outline icon, which is signifying that this is the child of the parent. Now, why is this important? Because if we actually go ahead and create more duplicates in order to really make the point, you can see that all of these are going to be duplicates and instances. So these are all childs of this master. Now, the moment that I select back the master and, for example, I go ahead and select the rectangle and I change the color, you can see that all of the childs are going to behave the same and apply that very color. And this is going to be crucial because say that you're working on a large scale design system, as the ones that I worked on in the past for maybe a Fortune 500 company where they have a lot of different variables, a lot of screens, maybe hundreds or thousands of screens in any given design project with all sorts of different branding language which has to be consistent through the screens. Now, the moment that they do a rebrand and they change the color from blue to, say, light blue, you can easily access the design system. You can adjust the color, and all of the screens are going to apply that color instantly. So this is going to be huge at scale and really useful. You can also do this for the typography. So say that we're rebranding the entire app and we have the need for a new typography, such as say Proxima Nova. You can see that now the typography has been adjusted throughout all of the different components. And as I mentioned, this is going to be huge because wherever you add these buttons in the different screens in an app, which can be these ones, for example, under the frame, you can easily change the entire design system color directly from here. So these are the components in a nutshell. One more thing that you might want to keep in mind is working within the design projects, you might find yourself wanting to maybe detach the component because you want to create something which is more custom. So let's say that I want to create a button using the same style, but I then want to change it. You can easily just click on detach instance, as you can see here, or use the keyboard shortcut Alt Option B. And this is going to essentially create a frame instead of an instance. And then you can adjust this frame without having any issues of compatibility between one and the other, because it's not a child element anymore, and you can adjust it and tweak it however you want. So this is it when it comes to introduction to components. We're going to explore this in much more detail in some live examples in future videos.